Hello again. Welcome back. Back to streaming again, it seems. Still testing everything. Not sure about audio levels and whatnot. It seems like things are a bit too quiet. Let's boost this a bit. There we go. That's much better. I want to load or play a new game. I know I had started a recent one. Challenge modes. All of them have challenge modes. Yes, let's start one. Slot 4, yes, please. Let us go. Oh, gotta push the back button to get that going.
Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Your luck is extraordinary, sir. But do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first time for everything. Agent Clank! You missed! So much for the famous secret agent.
Shocking. Bring the car around, Jeeves, and mind the ejector seat this time.
Stay tuned for more Secret Agent Clank.
That was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
But the man said to stay tuned.
We continue our live coverage from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed terrors. Indeed, this backwater planet may be completely destroyed in a matter of hours. Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
We're going home.
But Veldin is in a Solana galaxy. Oh no, not the gravimetric warp drive. The untested gravimetric warp drive? The one you built from Blargian scrap metal?
Coming?
We are doomed.
You were saying?
I stand corrected.
I just hope we're not too late.
Well, we could go back if you
Client
want.
91802, and welcome back to the Solana Galaxy.
But yeah, I started the whole thing over. I also made some changes to the my channel page. So I added all the commands that are available for the bot and everything. I got rid of the Twitter since I don't use Twitter. I still have it, but I just don't use the dang thing. So yeah, we get to start all over from fresh. Let's do it. Oh, and let me know if anything needs adjusted, like if the game sounds too much and or I'm too quiet. Still, like I said, trying to work on things. That's got to be fixed. Options, control camera. Yep, there we go. Much better. Game could be a bit lower for you. Yeah, I lowered it by 5. If it needs more, let me know. I think it's at, well, it's showing 35. I don't know what that actually means. Let's see. It's at minus 20 decibels. And mine is 4 decibels. Whatever that means. Alrighty, let's go, guys. Boom. I get some experience from that. And some bolts. Yay.
These must be the Galactic Rangers.
Hey, look! It's a new sergeant!
Huh?
Hey, Sarge, you can have my gun. There's too many of them! We're all gonna die!
Press circle to fire your shock blaster.
And so long since I actually played a game, I gotta get used to how to play. Oh, down here we are. Everything is not a pit of death. What are you doing, Sergeant? Falling in the hole. Making sure we get all these Tyrannoids. You know, can't have a group left. Sounds better? Yeah? Cool. It's trying to get that mix right is the hardest thing in the world for me. Because my biggest issue is, like, it might sound great here, but if you go back and watch the VODs or the YouTube video, it's horrible. And you can barely hear things, like the cutscenes. It's too quiet, so I boost it up, but then it's too loud, and, you know, finding that mix. It's just difficulties. Because I want to be able to enjoy it. Like, I've watched my old VODs on YouTube and everything. Oh, that went in the hole. There, I got it. And some of them, it's like the sound is too low. I can't even enjoy it. I have to turn it all the way up. And then it's like, when it's maxed out, it's like, if you're missing something, you can't hear it at all.
And select an icon with the left analog stick.
Yay! Quick delay. Alrighty. Remember if you can break those things for extra bolts or not. You know me, always got to explore and try to break everything for the extra bolts. Yeah, you can. It's only like 7 bolts. Not even worth. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because that's how I play. Oh, hello. Yeah, we'll do the grenades. Boom. Oh, wow. That was a nice one and done. Got them both. Twofer. Boom. take that, and we'll go back and clean up. Cause it's good to smash stuff. Yep, Zen only in it for the bolts. That's what it's all about. You gotta have the bolts if you want all the toys. You can't get all the nice shinies if you don't have the monies to buy them. I don't think these are worth anything. Nope. I know like the first one, there's crates like that you couldn't break without blowing them up, and they were worth a little. Oops! Oh, hello. Goodbye. Star unlocked.
Your maximum nanotech level has
Yay, I've leveled up. I can shut her up. I don't know why she stopped talking. Oh well. It is what it is. Yay. Alrighty, let's get everything we can. All the bolts. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it is you don't have a box breaker or a armor magnetizer. So you don't get this stuff just coming to you. Alrighty, more of the blaster. Probably missed some bolts at the beginning. Thinking about it. Well, I don't feel like going back for it. What do we have for Clank? Gadgets. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on. It doesn't have the same effects as the first game, but it's a bit faster than the helipack, although the helipack does have the advantage of it can get more height. So you can get into places you wouldn't normally get to, and you can cheese out of areas. So it's dependent on how you want to play. I still like the thruster pack.
What's the situation?
The Knights have fallen
I wonder, does it still have the hover mode too?
No,
Been way too long since I played.
we're all gonna end up as scrap metal.
Get back in there, trooper. We've got a planet to save.
Sir, yes, sir.
And off we go. Oh no, Halo. High altitude, low opening.
Stay frosty, people. The Noids could be hiding anywhere.
Boom.
Watch out.
I think it's gonna reach. That'll get him.
Come the Noid dropships. Waste those two.
All right, more. More. Oh, nanotech increase. All right. Let's see. Go back up and around. Grab up all the bolts and stuff up here. Get our ammo back. We did not take any damage, which is a good thing. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think there is a hover mode. Or if there is, I'm not sure how to activate it. I do like that you can do that too. Because he puts his wrench out in front of him and he dashes. So it'll crack the crates and everything.
You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu.
Yep, I've already done that. Thanks for letting us know though. Alrighty. Yes, onward and upward it looks like.
To strafe, hold down L2 or R2.
Yep, I silenced that. Sorry, bot. Help girl desk. Or help desk girl. Totally backwards. And bridge. Is that all we got for that? 2 bolts? Wow. I don't even think that would replace the ammo we used.
How are things on the front lines, soldier? Is that secret agent Clank?
Sir, we're here to help.
Well, this is an honor, and I see you brought your chauffeur along.
What? No, hold on a second.
No.
Agent
Wait.
Clank,
Oh.
we must stop Dr. Nefarious. As you may know, only one man has ever faced him and survived. I've just received a top secret report on that man's whereabouts. Here, take a look.
On tonight's episode of Nature's Mysteries, we examine the Florana tree beast. Deep in the dense growth of Florana's Jambu forest lives a mysterious creature. Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of Nature's Mysteries.
I seen him run right through our camping site. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Or maybe it weren't a banana. It could be.
One of Nature's Mysteries. Legend tells that this mysterious creature is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever lived. Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of Nature's Mysteries. Tune in and find out the answers.
We need you to find this man. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Are you sure this is the guy you're looking for, Mr. President? Yeah, he seems like kind of a, wacko.
You may be right, but he's the best chance we've got. I know you boys won't let me down.
You can count on us, sir.
Oh, a little oddness in the picture of Clank on that one. I say it's... You say they always leave out the Lombaxes. I think it's better for the Lombaxes because it's like they were attacked and envied and chose to leave the universe as it is anyway because of their high intelligence and how much, I guess, influence they had over the universe as it was, or dimension, whatever you want to say. So it'll leave them alone and they won't have to worry about having to, I guess, potentially defend
you must
their
find new planetary coordinates before you can leave this planet.
new home. But who knows what is going on in their new home. Maybe that'll be what we get into if they do continue the Rift Apart storyline and they actually do use the Dimensionator to go to the Lombax dimension and everything. Alrighty, everybody. We have choices. We have the N60 Storm we could buy if we saved up for. Only need about 4,000 more bolts. Or we could use the Plasma Whip. Now, what would you like for us to take? What do you mean you're talking about the citizens? While you decide, because I know the stream's a little bit ahead of y'all unless there's a delay, I will continue on and get some more bolts. But we do have the option of buying the N60 if that's what you choose. Always underestimate them? Yeah, that's a good thing. It's always best to be underestimated. That way you have the upper hand.
Fire command on R1. To change to a different button map, press Start, then enter the Options menu and select Controls.
Y'all gone? There's the bolts. Alrighty. I know there's a, multiplier here. I'm gonna use my, Well, here's my question to you. Whip is just longer and stronger wrench, kinda. Yeah, this is true. How long have the Lombexes been removed from our galaxy, or the Solana galaxy, or the universe as it is right now? They can't have been too long, but then again, it's like they were gone for centuries. So it's kind of a weird. I don't understand quite what's going on with it. Yeah, exactly. Not very long, because Ratchet here is not that old. He's still, what, a teenager or something? So it's like weird, but they talk about him like being gone for centuries and long time ago. So it's kind of a weird mixed bag of maybe they just kept to themselves or something and nobody knows what they are missing with them gone. Yeah, they weren't part of the Solana galaxy really. I'm not exactly sure how Ratchet got to the Solana galaxy in the first place. That's something I would like to know. How Ratchet made it out to this galaxy when he was with Grimm, or whatever the story might be, at that garage. Because, I mean, that's where he starts out in the first one either way. He's at a garage working on his ship. Well, I guess Caden didn't want Ratchet to die, so he sent him through the escape pod and he landed there. I guess that's possible, but an escape pod that went through from what galaxy to the Solana galaxy? I forget. See, I'm bad with names and remembering everything. Did you want the VIP or do you want the N60? Or shall we wait and buy something else later? I know we get to a certain point, it's harder to come back, and I really don't want to go through all that. You want them both? I can't buy them both. I don't have the bolts for that. I have the bolts for one. Barely enough for the N60 because it's 15. I have 15,737. But I can only buy one at this time. This game don't have a pay money to get extra bolts DLC or pay to win. Then the N60. Alright. And as soon as we can, we'll buy that, unless you decide you want the other weapon that comes up, because I think we'll probably get one before we finish and get to the next purchasing area. Let's go with this. Oop. Didn't expect you. I thought it would be the swamp monster. Boom. Now, switch to the N60. Alrighty. I don't know why sometimes it breaks the base and sometimes it doesn't. Like that one. And that one. It broke everything and the other two stayed. Not sure how that works. this side's okay. You don't have to worry about them coming in. The other side where they come in to attack. Come on, break it. Break it. Why aren't you auto-targeting? It's possible they have the hyperspace technology and the Lummus is great engineers, so it's very possible they are able to attach it to escape. Oh, I wasn't talking about them not having the ability to do so or anything. I was just thinking, like, that's crazy. Not impossible in any capacity. Controls. First person mode, lock strafe. How do I do that? I was trying to put the fire button on the R1, but it won't let me. I forget how to go about doing that. Just the duck. I don't think you can break these. I think I've tried that before. I know you can break them later in the game and get bolts. Yeah. Well, Caden knows what he's doing and his plan worked great since Tachyon didn't find Ratchet. Indeed. Ratchet found Tachyon. Goodbye. Up we go.
You can climb a ladder by jumping onto it and pressing X.
Sorry. I need to do this. Yeah, I still don't have enough bolts for the next weapon. I forget. Is it here? No. I forget. I know it's something around here. It's like a... It's under? Yeah, that's it. There it is. There's also a statue, I believe, somewhere on this map as well. I thought that's where that was going, was over... But I could be wrong about the location. I'll try it one more time. Let's see. Check out the map. So about how the meta gonna change after the rework. Raffi is definitely a really good supporter. Goes well with any teams, really. Not as good as Bailiff was and is. Still solid and a cheaper choice. Largest best of the best for now. For sure now. That was pretty nice. Delsa is getting stronger. Alex seems equal power would win now with Raffi around. And also, isn't that the whatever it is? I think it's maybe the Nike that helps give you stronger attack power and everything. Above. Come on, camera, stick with me here. I want to try this. Don't know. I might kill myself on this, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's just invisible wall that I can't do nothing with. Nothing over here. Yeah. Still that invisible wall. And... Oop. Nike makes 500% attack, max attack buff instead of 300%. Gives a nice attack buff as well. Yep. How we do it? Yeah, still not enough. Pretty bolts. Don't think it's over here. Nope. That's just the beginning where we started. Huh. Oh well. Mistakes are made, but I'm trying to find the trophy. Forget who it is. If not more. Yeah. 100% makes out like around 120,000 damage. Got a question about that. I know that Raffi's barrier, it blocks 99.9% plus or times her support. So if you got hurt, well, could you get her, I guess? There it is over there. Huh. Like 280%. Support level. Could her barrier block 100% of incoming damage, or is it only like 99.9% max? Because I was always confused by that. How much that was and everything. So you would still have to take some damage, which, I guess makes sense. I think I can level this up with the amount of people that come in here. Nope. I was hoping I could. It'd be nice to have it leveled up. Alrighty,
To
up we
jump
go.
between walls, jump, then press X in midair while next to a wall.
Trophy. Yeah, it's Ratchet. Haha. I wonder if they go in order or what. Oop. I killed myself again. I want to live on the island. It's a barrier skill. The base a barrier can max block is 75%. So if you have like 200% barrier, it would only block 75%. Raffi's skill makes that 75%, 99.9%, like Cillian, Angelica, Eden, Anxic, etc. So even if Raffi has 200k support stat, the barrier will only block 99.9%. Okay, now I will kind of understand. Because it's still her support times 99.9%. So it could only get to 99.9%, but it's that times that. So in order to get to that, you'd have to have a specific amount of support. I know you can boost her support up too. Might be able to level this up now. I keep killing myself and giving extra XP. Oh. Ow. Bolts. Dang. I was hoping we could break those for some bolts. Get that, whip it good. Wait for it. Dang. Alright, storm.
To jump between walls, jump, then press X in midair.
We've already made it past this, so thanks, but no thanks. Get the health back, grab extra bolts. Need about 650. And down we go. Have any ammo? No. Alright. Well, break some stuff, get some bolts. Camera moves a lot faster on the look mode. Hey, we have enough bolts to buy the whip next time we get a chance. We will have them both. Then we'll have to save a lot for the next weapon, unless it happens to be cheaper. Alrighty. Oh, he splashed into the water. Let's see, down here should be able to get all 30, right? Smack, smack, smack. And 2. Let's see. Well, that's because it will percent the already percent stuff. What I mean is, for example, Isaac, he stacks 90% barriers on himself. The first will block 90% of incoming damage. The second will block 9%. So 100 minus 90 minus 90. So to get to 99.9% barrier, you need 3 times 90 barrier or 1 99.9% barrier. That's why plus 15 Isaac is tankier than a plus 14. Aha. Oh, speaking of, who should I work to build? Should I build Nartis? I think. Well, don't. Yeah, I didn't buy or Fate his comp, so I could get a comp, and then I have, like I said, 15 books, and I could buy more if I needed to, so I can get him to plus 10. As it is right now. Not sure why I missed that, but okay. I just need to get the soul gears for Rafithia to get her to plus 15. I have her amulet. Yeah, the one that does
Ratchet,
both.
we have company.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Behind you.
Very funny. You having a good time?
You trespass on sacred ground. Now you walk path of death.
But, sir.
Path of death.
Alright, refill our ammo, buy the weapon, and we got them both.
To throw your whip, hold R1 and press circle.
Whippy, whippy, whip. No, this is definitely worth it. He's simply, or just simply a warrior with 6 tiles, incredible direct damage. There's a skill point for doing this flawless. Yeah. And if you use the, if you get him to 12, he has the cast ready state, right? And so if you use the mage thing, the double attack, you can have him attacking every turn that he gets his turns. Oops. There's too many buttons. That's why he's a warrior. Yeah. I know I've done it once,
Center the camera. Tap L1.
but I'm not sure if I can do it again. Usually I mess up on the first run through. I have to take a few to get back to it because of the boulders. Yes, another titanium bolt. And these flyers, they always kill me. At plus 15, he has defense, barrier, and guard ignore and add damage. Direct damage not complete because direct damage goes through even some bestowal skill types, but it can crit. Alrighty, let's see if we can do this. Dang it. Was it not moving fast enough? Push the wrong button. Trying to shoot with the R1 button. I think I cheesed this and go on the corners to ignore most of it. But this is where I usually screw up the boulders. I'm like, yeah, I've made it. And then they just crash one right on top of my head. Refill. Let's see. I think I'll start with the.
Not me.
Okay, we walked your path of death. Now, tell us what you know about Dr. Nefarious.
Huh?
Dr. Nefarious! They say you're the only man to ever beat him.
Huh?
Jeez, this guy's even dumber than...
Captain Quark?
Yeah, Captain Groove! That's it, Quark. You've had this coming for a long time.
Yeah, start with the
Some
nitro
opponents
launcher.
may be too powerful to defeat with your wrench. Gadgetron recommends using your other weapons.
Dang it. Is that enough? Nope, still not enough. Jump right into it. And it's done it. Start playing Mario Star Song.
So, Quark has completely lost his mind. Now what?
Just keep the mask on.
Alright, you
You
said
are his new
so
leader.
now Ratchet
Great.
is gonna be strong. And I said strong. Ratchet can copy Cecilia, who make your lane server. Oh yeah, because you can block one, stop it to one tile, not just longer. And you can tank Marcus with the guard plus bane trick. Yeah, I've had. I went into
I see you have
the
located
guild
Captain
raid.
Quark.
Yeah, we
The
got him,
Guild War.
but, well, he
and
thinks he's a monkey.
was fighting against an artist, and Cecilia was tanking him.
Bring him to the
I don't know,
Phoenix
he
and
might have
we'll
been.
see what
No,
we
he
can
was
do.
at least a plus 12
Sasha
because
out.
he was attacking every turn. But she was tanking it. I got it to the rage mode where it was taking more damage and no healing. It was down to Cecilia and Melmanier. And I don't know if my Melmanier was broken or something, or I was using an alt account and it was not a high enough level. But she had lost her shield somehow, or her barrier. And yeah. Okay,
Look at
so
that,
she could
Clank.
tank him.
This ship is
Cool.
amazing.
Welcome aboard the Phoenix, gentlemen.
Whoa.
Impressive, isn't she? The Phoenix is the pride of the galactic fleet. She's equipped with the latest technology. Holodeck training suites, auto vendors for armor and weapons, virtual firing range, starfighter upgrade system, even a Gadgetron VG9000 game system.
A VG9000?
Of course. With a Mavix Fireball Pro controller, VR headset, and a zero-G dance pad attachment.
Will you marry me?
Well, you've obviously had an exhausting trip. Why don't you stop by your quarters? We prepared a custom living area for Quark, so he won't get in your way. Come meet me on the bridge when you're ready.
To view the world map,
Yay!
or
We got an
R3,
upgrade.
your weapon
Way a
has
little after
upgraded.
the fact.
Weapons upgrade automatically when they're used frequently.
Cecilia can have over
Charge up the
120,000 HP. Yep.
powerful attack.
Ooh, we got the charge shot. Play Ratchet and Clank on Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, you could do that. I'm hoping that they do re-release the games on the PlayStation 5. That would be so nice. Oh, do we have any armor upgrades? That's the big one. Good defense.
This is our onboard Gadgetron armor vendor. We'll notify you whenever a new suit of armor is available for purchase.
Okay, do you have one? Because you didn't tell me, but there might be one. There is. It costs 10,000 bolts, and we do have it. It's a 33% damage blocker. Alrighty, do we have any new weapons? Oops, blocked somebody talking. Yes, we do. We also have this. One time only, Gadgetron offers a special discount to former Gadgetron employees. Select this option to check your hard disk drive for previous Ratchet and Clank save data. Checking, 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 and the only sad thing I see is Legendcard not being able to copy a lot of skills now. Yeah, because of their auras and whatnot. Our records show that at one time you have been employed by Gadgetron. We're pleased to give you a 10% discount on all Gadgetron weapons. Thank you for making your choice. Gadgetron. Bad timing, Sam. Yeah. Unlocked a new skin. You can select different skins for Ratchet in the specials menu. So, we've got this skin in. We've got the infector. That we cannot get. Alright. Not because of aura, because of the skills not being before battle. That too, yeah. So we have a trophy.
Welcome to the Phoenix Trophy Room. Whenever a crew member is awarded a Medal of Honor, it is displayed here.
View trophies. Yay. It's old Ratchet. Back before armors. We still only have those older combos like Grand, Kalen, Bane, Cecilia.
This is the Phoenix VR deck. Here you can train in combat simulations or practice using new gadgets.
Yay. Get some free bolts as well.
These are your quarters. I set up the VG9000 to play vid comic discs.
How do you think he got like this?
Well, the life of an intergalactic superhero can be very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me this nutcase is our only hope for stopping Nefarious? We're hosed.
Yes, that one didn't work. Oh, I had to put the whole thing. I should have chopped it down. Silly stuff. If he could copy the thing like Cecilia's HP Boost, for example, it would be better. Yeah. You get the way.
This is the VG9000 game system. If you have a vid comic, you could play it here.
Alrighty. Let's see.
Great. Meet me on the bridge.
Yes, ma'am. bridge.
Press triangle to interrupt these messages. You can disable help messages in the options menu.
Yeah. If you got more time somehow or nothing or something. Go now. Alrighty. Be safe out there.
We're losing the signal. Try boosting the power.
Isn't that the president?
They came out of nowhere! Tyrannoid invasion force! Presidential compound has been breached! Cannot hold out much longer here.
Mr. President! Dad! Are you there?
Dad?
Robotic citizens of the Solana Galaxy, the hour of your liberation is at hand! Too long have we robots suffered under the bigotry, the stupidity, the squishiness and foul stench of organic life forms. Soon, all robots will bask in the liberty and equality of my benevolent, iron-fisted rule. And as for you filthy organic life forms, you can look forward to being disintegrated. That's all for now.
Plot a course from Arcadia. Maximum speed. Prepare the dropship for planetary assault. We're going in.
We'll see you on Arcadia.
I added some of the pre-made ones, and stretches is basically take a little break and stretch out. So like if I was on camera, you could see me stretching myself and getting in a more comfortable position. Like posture check would be the similar thing, making sure I'm sitting up straight and everything. Hydrate is like, you know, take a drink of water, juice or something, whatever you have nearby. So yeah, I just added a whole bunch of the channel point things that they had pre-made. I'd add one, I don't know why emote only's on there. It shouldn't be there because I don't have any emotes set or added. Hero request, so like if I was playing Final Fantasy VII, you could say instead of play Cloud, play Aerith or Barrett or Tifa if they're in the party. Mod poll was like if somebody wanted to, they could use their points and you could make a poll for something or suggest a poll. They would, you know, suggest the poll for something, like say play a different game or whatever. Add time is basically take a break from streaming and I roll some ads on the channel. No cussing, of course, you know what that is. And then pick a game as, you know, pick a game for me to play. It could be anything, as long as I have access to it, I guess. I need to, make a form or something online so people can go to it. Maybe like a Dropbox or something that people can look at without changing. Only I can change it, so I can add all the games I have and everything. Might be better to do that anyway. Less likely to lose all the stuff if it's in a Dropbox like that, and I can add and change it whenever I need and want. Not exactly sure what the heck that is and what it's doing under here. Just weird. And like, why is she up at like the pilot station or the helm? I'm not exactly sure like what all the places on the bridge were, but it's like I would think this would be the captain's chair where she would be sitting, because she's got view over all the different tactical stations. So I don't know. Just thought it odd how this whole bridge thing was set up, but who knows? Not for me to understand all the nuances there.
Missions, select the missions menu from the pause screen.
Alrighty, let's see. Should we do some VR missions or just go on to the next thing? You can never get that to go right every time. I'm not exactly sure. I know you can use that to go faster if you can do the do it right. Go. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's right, I don't have that yet. I don't have my jet boots, or whatever they're called, in this game. Marking. Oh wow, that's cool. Mod view. I timed my self out. Oh no, I timed out my bot.
Glad you made it, sir! The presidential compound is on the other side of the city!
You banned a bot. Oh, that is so cool.
Crawling all over the place!
I can click on subscribers only chat, emotes only chat, and everything. That's cool. Huh. Mod view. The toys you don't play with. Alrighty. Do we have any new weapons? Yes, we do. We now have the Spitting Hydra. 36,000, 7,200, and 16,200. Well, let us finish leveling this thing up and then we'll do the next one. Yay! I like that they get stunned and kind of locked in this spot so they can't fire back as readily. It's so nice that you have to wait 2 months to get a +9 legend, and you may just pull the last 3 you need. Why would you have to wait 2 months for the ancient coins to buy the books? Or Jumpstart quest?
Tap triangle to cycle through the last 3 weapons you have equipped.
Never sure if the bolts are multiplicative of the ones that we collect, or if it's just the ones that we generate at that time. I never paid enough attention to it to really see it and everything. Need to wait 53 more days to unlock all the rewards, like my game. Because they want to implement things on a basis that they can handle and make sure it's working. If they did everything at once, it might cause an error that they can't fix, and they don't know like how to fix it. Because it's like we've put like 10 things in, we can only really pull one thing at a time, versus if we put like 5 things in, you know, we can see, okay, it's one of these 5, and it's easier to figure out what's broken and why. That's my guess. It might be a balancing thing. Ow. Oh, battery is low. Speaking of, let me go take and hide myself so I can get me a cable. So give me a second. I will mute myself. I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, got that sorted. Got me a cable and it's plugged in. Yep, there's the back here. Namely, titanium bolt. Just need to copy and paste one of the things they did 3 times already with different rewards and quests. You know how it is though. They're slow to put stuff out. How's your guild going in the war? I think we got up to 1229 or something like that, but then nobody attacked and we were attacked by the other guild and got dropped down to 14 something. And then the other guild attacked us in that one, and then I attacked them with my alt and my main and did more damage. I don't know if we won or not because I haven't been able to. Well, I've been able. I haven't played since. I did that yesterday. Yay! More help. Looking at the wrong thing, buddy. Whip. Yeah, whip it.
Nice shooting, sir. A second wave of Terranoids just landed. They're attacking the compound from the other side.
We're almost leveled up again.
You got it.
Follow me to the dropship.
To 11? Can't remember. Yeah, I did it. Not many people are active nowadays. Even Danny is just doing the 10 daily quest and done. Doesn't really speak either. Yeah, I understand that. I've had a lot of people jump in on my guild, but I've also had like to kick a whole bunch of inactive people. I usually try to wait till 20, but it depends on like how many people we got coming in new. There's a whole bunch of people who are in there for a few days and then just they don't show up anymore. I had one guy who's like, he came back. He's like, I'm back to play Brave 9. And it's like, all right, I'm done with Brave 9 for now. I'm leaving, and he just left the guild. I'm like, oh, okay. you come back. You're welcome to the guild, of course. It seems like the lower, only like 1 or 2 people are active in the guild.
You're just in time. We must defend the presidential palace. The Noids are dropping in reinforcements.
I'm going to die here. If I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Let's see, there's gotta be help around there somewhere, right? Yes, there's something. Much better. Let's level this up.
There's too many of them. We're dead meat. I need backup. I need backup.
Yay, level up. Oop. Come on. It's hard to hit those things with the whip. There's 3,000 volts. Let us try another command. What is this thing? Playing Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal. Testing audio and stream link. The time is 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 4 seconds for 2 viewers. Very good. So yes, the commands for the bot are working. That's always lovely to see. Back to the whip. Let's put on that. Let's put on those. Well, there you go. Take that out. Crack these again. Might not be worth much because we've already cracked them, but free bolts, man. Free bolts. And I died because I was stuck behind the trooper and the other guy.
Cover those rangers. If we lose the whole squad, it's all over. Incoming.
Boom.
They're everywhere.
Now would be a good time to have the jet boots. Ow. Whip. Now, extra ammo over here. Throw that. Ouch.
Sarge, you saved our cans.
You think you will leave the guild itself just because the rewards aren't essential either. The only thing that would change if you would go to your guild, for example, is the guild rewards, relay, and guild raid, maybe. Yeah, I'm fairly decent by myself with me and my alt doing good in the guild raid. We can usually get about 3 depending on the boss. Like this one here that we have now is pretty hard. I can max get 5 mil with my main and like 4, maybe 4.25 on the alt, but a bunch of the others are doing a few 100,000. They help, but it's not that much. And then like the war itself, I get a little bit if I actually do it. It'd be nice if like the other people in the guild would, attack even if they're not gonna do anything to see the order of stuff, because that helps make sure you can get through and do what you need to do with your main people. Yep, your Kira to plus 14, get less than before. Huh.
Need to take out those enemy dropships. The sauces are just icing on the cake.
Something happened. Not sure what.
Fire at will.
Oh. Over here. Behind us. Over here. Ratchet. Not even sure what I'm supposed to be shooting at.
Covering fire.
Get out, get out. Don't let her drop them off. Dang it. Because the boss has less attack because of the decomp of Kira, and it's not enough to kill the Galea buff units to get more crit damage. Ah, yeah. See, I had that problem with, what's his face? Gunther. When I had him, fully to plus 15, he was doing less damage than, if I had him down to plus 14. So I just took away like one of his soul gears to make it so his damage would be maxed out.
Nice shooting, Sarge.
Yay, we did it. I should have kept attacking and got some more free bolts. Oh well.
Protect the repair crew. We need that turret back online.
Try the whip. Yeah, we can do that. Die already. I'm attacking too.
Keep them off our backs. We'll have this baby back up in no time.
Too many things. Alright, switching to the M60. It's got long range and ricochet rounds.
Fire! We've got to protect the repair crew.
Doesn't lock on that long range though, which is a disappointment. Let's switch back to the whip. Nope, too far. Yay, whip is leveled up. Level 2! Let's see. So if we've gone through the crit damage counts twice, kinda. Something like that, I don't know. I just know that it was broken when I had him at plus 15 for the damage I was doing, and then if I take his soul gear away, he would do more damage. There they are. Too many things.
Repairs are finished. Now we'll give those Noids a taste of their own medicine.
Hit and run. Alright, get the thunder drinks.
We need
Get
those
the thing going.
interfaces online yesterday.
Enemies appear red on the radar. Allies
Protect
appear blue.
me.
Mission objectives appear green.
Thank you. Next.
Those turrets can only target aircraft. You'll need to handle the ground troops yourself.
Protect me. Yeah, we did it. Kill these, they don't get blocked off. And drink. Hopefully that one won't make it to me before I turn it. Yeah, they got it. Very nice. Run over to the other side. Nice. You got it. Turn, turn, turn.
Keep it up, Sarge. We just need one more turret to stop the Noids cold.
And last one. The plus 15 kills, one minus 1k crit rate, I think, so it cannot crit. So Gunther will do the non-critical attack times crit damage fixed damage instead of the
Clank,
critical
what?
attack.
You're
And,
even more
yeah,
impressive
exactly.
in person than you are on the holovid.
I think
must
one's
say,
also-
I've never seen a chauffeur fight
Oh, yeah,
like
you said fake.
son. Who says you can't find good help these days, right, Clank? Sasha's told me a lot about you. Don't get any ideas, kid. She is way out of your league. Sasha filled me in on the Quark situation. I'm told the man thinks he's a monkey.
He has lost his memory, sir.
Well, then you'll simply have to find it for him. We need our star player back in the game ASAP. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
My daughter tells me you're a man who's good with his hands, Ratchet.
Sir, I swear I never...
The city's laser shield went down during the attack. Now, we are defenseless without it. I sent out a repairman to fix it, but he disappeared. I need you to get that shield system back online.
Yes, sir. We're on it.
Okay, cool. So there's a thing I have to do. I have to say it's completed. I guess if I don't say it's completed for the channel points thing, they might get their channel points back. I'm not sure how that works. Kira also has to attack times crit damage, fixed damage. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think mine's a plus 14 as well. I just need to get her soul gear, I think, all the way maxed out. I'm sitting on a bunch of soul gear or soul pieces, whatever that you can use to buy. I'm waiting for them to go back on sale so you can get the max amount for them. 2D. No, didn't there? All right, we've got 40,000 bolts. We could buy the infector, or I think we could buy both of these. Yeah, we could buy the suck cannon and the infector, or we could buy the spitting hydra, and that would be all. You need one more comp. Also need one more comp for plus 15 Emir. I think I have him at plus 3. I think I have one. Well, I've got one comp because I have the fate. I think that's it though. Let us head to the bits and let you think about what we should buy. The spitting hydra, the infector, or the suck cannon, and the suck cannon. Because I can get both of those. Butt cannon. Alrighty. Get the refractor. Whip it? Whip it good.
The refractor will let you redirect laser beams. Just equip it and stand in the path of the laser. Hold L1 and use the left analog stick to aim the beam.
I'm pretty sure there's a skill point for doing this as well. Smash! Don't know what these things are for, but they're full of bolts. They must be gone. Alright, any more? Yes, there is. I can't get that angle from here. Disappointing. Alright, turn to drink. Back to this. Backed out of it. That explains it. It's not powerful enough. I need it to move. Snap, snap, boom. I know you can also use their lasers to kill themselves. Is Vale? I wonder if the I think it does. Boxbreaker would break all these. I can't remember. Again, middle pile. Ow. $25 bolts. Yes, please. Urabelle seems like the cheapest legend as of now. Plus 10 is enough for her. I could do that. Like I said, I got the bolts. Or not the bolts. I have the books. And I think, like I said, I know I have over 10,000. I'm not exactly sure how many ancient coins I have. It might be 15,000. I don't know. I've not used them. I think I might buy like 2 books every month reset, because that's what you could do back when that was available. Come over here, and I can use this one to goodbye. Oh boy. Oh, breaky. Oh, just out of reach. You're gonna give like 3k more from the Jumpstart quest. Redirect. And back over here. And launch beam. Broke something. Ah. Jumps into the laser. Very nice. completely pulled all of your skill books from Bailiff. Did you have any comps? Did you allocate her comps too? I think I did that. I'm like, what? Why not? I'm not gonna really use her. Can I get them both? That sucks. Didn't get any comps. Well, that sucks. I'm not gonna go through and break them all. I could, but I'm not going to. I will put the reflector back on because I know there's a laser beak or whatever this thing is. And like I said, you can use his lasers against it. Very nice. Have to wait and come back later when we have the everything here.
Ratchet, there should be a spider symbol somewhere in that room. Use the beam to lead the spider drone over the symbol and then zap it with the laser.
We'll break these two. This two is easier to do, for sure. A little bit higher. There we go. I have no lasers. What am I supposed to do here? Ah, laser. Hey, skill point. Hey, VIP. Alright, break this. I'm not exactly sure why these have the ability. Maybe they were going to do different puzzles or something, or maybe it comes into effect later. I'm not sure. I know that one's part of the one where you need the boots, of course. Redirect everything. Later in the game to get the bolt or whatever is sitting in that little room back there. Turn the bolt. Kind of disappointed and sad that the little part in the middle of the wrench doesn't go over and into the bolt. It might be just a problem with the version of the game. Nope, still can't use the refractor. I can't math it. What's the math I need? 36 plus 16 plus 7, I think. It'll be 62. And go over 70. 1,000 volts in order to get the everything. Well, if you want to kill yourself, I won't stop you. Slow and tedious. But it's kind of like how I would play an RPG. Leveling up, grinding. This is just grinding in a different way. Grinding for bolts so you can buy a weapon. Which is something you would do in RPG too. Just don't have any skills or anything you can really do in this game. Oh, that would be so cool. An RPG Ratchet and Clank game. Let's see. From what you said you have in terms of legends, get Rafi to plus 15 and Lighter Card to plus 15. they're gonna be useful. The only thing I need for them is soul gears, and like I said, I think I bought her amulet, which is the 2 for thing. Gives you either attack or support upgrades, and then health, but you can always change that. So if somebody needs something else, defense or something, you can do that, which is cool because they gave you that option finally. Not really put it to much use. I've only done it when I was told to do it for the mission for rewards. Hey, it's Al.
Look, it's Al. Got the shields up yet?
Silence! I am concentrating.
What the? That's a Quark vid comic.
Excuse me. It is a historically accurate interactive graphic novel.
How can you use the city's defense network to play a video game?
Simple. I bypassed the security server with a 626 hex matrix adapter and reprogrammed the graphic subprocessor.
No, I mean, it's... Clank, you speak, nerd.
It appears you have a feedback loop in the induction coils of your DB3 signal processor.
Impossible! I ran a recursive checksum on the signal matrix. Hey, there is a feedback loop. I don't know what happened.
May we borrow this vid comic?
Treat it gently. It is a first edition.
Perhaps this will help restore Quark's memory.
Shield power restored.
Let's see if we can get this changed for the title of the stream. Being Ratchet and Clank up your arsenal on S. There we go. Let's see if that'll take. Done. Stream title updated. Let's see if it drew. Get rid of Discord on this. How many times have I completed this game? I have no idea because I've played it on the PlayStation 2. This is obviously on the PS3. I got 3 saves, all of them in challenge mode. I think one's in challenge mode 3, one's in challenge mode 2, and one's in challenge mode 1. And then, like I said, I don't know how many times I've played it on the PS2. A bunch of times. I love the Ratchet & Clank series. I could play it all the time, no problem. Oh, and hello and welcome to the stream as well. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we've done everything. I'm gonna buy this stuff from the vendor. Alright, turn to the ship. I love that. Leaving, it gives you the ammo, even though you don't need it, from all the crates that we broke.
The infector fires nanovirus globules that infect enemies on contact. Infected enemies will attack and infect other enemies until the infection wears off.
Yay! Does it tell me something about this too? No, I guess because I bought them both at the same time. Or it doesn't have anything. I love that you can pick up the crates for weapon, ammo. Couldn't do that in the first game. And off we go. Back to the starship. Play the vid comic. Yeah, I should make that change. I have I forget who I have. I think it's still Grenadier because I didn't update it since I was pulling for her. I still have Scrim or whatever his name is, because he's the only legend I don't have as my main pool. Well, not my main pool. The focus is the companion, but he's the other focus. You know what I mean, I think. Because I'd like to have them all if I can.
Watch and learn, Clank. This is how a real hero gets it done.
Yeah, she has indeed.
These are the real-life adventures of Captain Quark, the greatest superhero the galaxy has ever known.
Hey, this thing on?
Meticulously reconstructed by our crack research team with the aid of eyewitness accounts, bathroom gossip, wild speculation, and a magic 8-ball. In the early days of the 5th Solarian equinox, the Solana galaxy was terrorized by a notorious pirate known as Captain Blackstar.
Ahoy! Anybody else got a craving for fish and chips?
Though still in the prime of his youth, Captain Quark was already a living legend.
I was beating him up with a stick.
However, no previous adventure could have prepared Quark for his encounter with the dread pirate Blackstar and his crew of... Oh, please tell me this is a typo.
That's robotic pirate ghosts. Guess reading wasn't your subject, eh, Professor?
Right. Now we begin the interactive portion of Episode 1. Booty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, you did find a way to one-shot him? Awesome. Yeah, I've had trouble fighting him.
You just picked up an officially licensed Quark token. Collect all the tokens in the level to earn a secret prize. Bling, bling, baby. The red ones are worth 10 Quark tokens.
Yay! Let's see, where did I miss? Yeah, Babariba was going out of meta. Lucius still broke. Yeah, like I said, I've run into problems with him. Rogan with Iron Maiden spell card. That's kind of rough that you have to sacrifice a whole spell card just to one-shot him. But I guess if he's holding you up, it can be worthwhile. Jump right into that one. 3 times. Alrighty. Not really going for the speed the record. Oh, that's a bunch of rats.
Old-timers say a giant robotic space eel haunts this ship. Press circle to fire my blaster. Hold down R1 and move the left analog stick for precision aiming.
All done? All done. I don't know if you get any extra damage on the boss later for shooting him there or not. Probably not. Yep. Jumped right in that. Too much in a hurry, I am. Nothing there. Alright. Forget where the health up is. And these. The damn boat. Very nice. Don't know what shielded him. Yeah, you can't shoot those things. I don't know why I even tried. Is that the health up? Yeah.
A nice juicy health upgrade. Remember, cadets, there's one in every level.
Click, click. Empty gun. More weapon. More. Message. More. Ah. Missed. 2 more shots. Got it. Tank the hit. Let's see what this is. Thing is, new gunner, I know you still can't do anything against them, right? That's a lovely sound, of course. Oh, it was a wreck that took out the power. A semi that hit the power pole and was on fire. Huh.
I mean, I've worked on some real
That explains it.
This one takes the cake. Pirate, ghost robots. I mean, what do they think? We're idiots?
Hey, Professor, snap to it.
Once again, the citizens of the Solana Galaxy owed their lives to the dauntless courage of the remarkable man behind the Q. With great reluctance, Quark accepted a meager fee for his services and promptly donated the entire sum to the Quark for Tots Scholarship Fund, a charity providing makeovers and buxom bimbos for needy people named Quark.
I've got a big heart. Mr. President? Yes, I got the fruit basket, thanks. It turns out I'm allergic to prunes. Yeah, who knew? What? Blackwater City is under attack. Yes, sir, I'm on my way.
The exciting, all-true, right, adventures of Captain Quark continue in Episode 2.
Definitely not good, but at least they got the problem fixed. So we can, stream. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, who's that handsome devil?
It appears Quark has regained his memory.
Hey, this dressing room isn't fit for a pig. What kind of shoddy production are you people running?
That's him, all right.
He may need a while to adjust. In the meantime, I've got a mission that's perfect for you two. We've just learned of a prototype holographic device that can disguise the user as a Tyrannoid, even allowing him to speak Tyrannese.
Is it just me, or do you smell bananas?
Anyway, the device happens to be the grand prize on this week's Annihilation Nation. Check it out.
Tonight on Annihilation Nation, we feature an all-new Death Course. Let's meet tonight's victim. Oops, I mean contestant, Fred. Fred is a Gadgetron accountant who claims he once had a Morpho Ray go off in his pants. What a champ. Let's take a look at what he's up against. Doesn't look too bad now, does it? Good luck, Fred!
Both of us hit it at the same time.
Next!
Another day, another death course.
I'm not sure how to do anything about it. On the stream manager, I know if I go over to the other computer where I have the mod set up, I can click on it and say I've done them. That's weird. Mark as complete and complete. It did take me a drink of my juice. Alrighty. Oh yes, we should have the bolts we need to buy the armor if we want. Yep, we have 27,000 bolts. If we need less than 9 to get to 36, which we can buy the spitting hydra. Unless there's another weapon available. Nope, still just the spitting hydra. Armor shiny? Shiny armor. That'll put us another 10,000 volts down, but worth it. Nice. I'm not exactly sure. Weird the way Clank's thrusters come past Ratchet's hips. Alrighty, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I wasn't paying attention looking at all the stuff. I don't think we need to go talk to her. Go to the next planet. I don't think these
You can upgrade your starfighter systems at this console.
make any difference. It's just visual. Yeah. It doesn't help you with the fighting or anything. Annihilation Nation. I don't remember if we can get them both or not. The titanium bolts in the first time you come here. I don't think so. I think one of them is kind of, you have to have an extra boosted path or something.
Are you ready to play? All right, let's meet our first contestant. He's an unemployed rocket mechanic who claims to have saved 2 galaxies, but most people know him as Secret Agent Clank's bumbling chauffeur. He hopes that disguising himself as a Tyrannoid will make him more attractive to the ladies. Hey, give a warm welcome to Ratchet! Ratchet will attempt to be the first contestant ever to survive the Death Course. Contestant number 1, are you ready?
Bring it on!
Alrighty, let's see. I can't remember if there's one for taking out the cameras in this game or not.
This job is too much fun!
They can get some extra bolts for doing it though. Yeah, 57 bolts.
Be sure to catch me next week at the Florana Demolition Derby!
Can we use the whip? That cannon. Yeah, we'll use this cannon.
Push the button to flip the side. He could be championship material, folks.
Not sure what gives us the most XP killing with it, or just
To strafe,
sucking up the
down
enemies.
L2 or R2 while running.
I don't know if it'll reach that. We'll see. Yeah, it would. Cool. It does have a super high range stuff, you know?
This
This little guy can really move.
Here's the first, let's wait for it.
Oh yeah, that's entertainment, folks.
First platinum bolt, or titanium bolt, I should say. Purchase skins. Stat. There's our skill point. Oop. No camera. Can I snipe him from here? Let's find out. Boom! Ha 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 ha! Very nice. Yeah, they're not worth much as far as bolts. But yeah, it's too bad you can't go from sucking and to shooting to sucking again to get the extra ammo. That'd be nice. Well, these are worthless. It's like what? 2 bolts per crate? Ooh, I'm rich. Yeah, see, we need that there. And I think on one of these, they added a second platform where that camera might be, so you can get to it. Otherwise, you can't. Alright, back to full. And we did it! Woo. I think we got a skill point as well. Yep. And next part.
Here we go.
Arena.
Arena combat. Yeah. You know
Do we still have ammo? Yes. No ammo. Protector?
Whoa! This little sucker can really do some damage! Who's gonna clean up that mess? Not me, man!
It's okay. Infector.
Enemies hit by the infector will continue taking damage until the infection wears off. Hitting an enemy with multiple infector shots will make the infection last longer.
This Lombat's clearly.
So can it? Let me get this level up real quick, right? Like this. Oh. Last one. Alright. Infector. Yay. Cannon. Let's see. I would like to know what they will rework next, though. If I was deciding it, then you would choose a defender and a warrior. I got a mage and supporter rework for this legend. Yeah. They suck in so hard that they knock us around. Come back. Oh, come back over here. There we go. Upgrade. Could have done this flawlessly if you'd been better. to come at us from behind. Oh, don't hit me. No, I just want the other guys. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. That's kind of scary the way they push us around. Yeah. Congrats. We did.
I don't believe it, folks! He survived the death course!
Of course. We are the
Here to give you
best.
your prize, the lovely Miss Courtney Gears! How about that, folks? He is better looking!
Do not be alarmed, Sasha. That is Ratchet.
Oh, I see you won the terror guys. It's very convincing. Anyway, there's something I think the two of you need to see.
Work personal log, entry 101301. After I personally vanquished the Protopet menace and revamped the Megacorp testing facility, I decided to focus my efforts on protecting the endangered creatures of the Florana jungle. But when news arrived that Dr. Nefarious had again risen to power, I knew where my true destiny lay. The training necessary to get back into tip-top shape has been exhausting, and my mind overflows with brilliant concepts. Though I still yearn for the bittersweet stench of my simian companions. The time has come to resume my duties as the greatest hero the galaxy has ever known, Captain Quark!
You're not gonna believe this, but the president put Quark in charge of the fight against Nefarious. Our new commander just called his first team meeting. You better get back to the Phoenix right away.
Of course he
I
did.
agree. This does not sound good.
No, it does not. Hiya. Alright. What do we have? Yes, let's get some more bolts. Respirator. Ouch. I knew I was going to do that too.
Push the button to flip this
Get
up!
rid of the one piece of ammo we had. That way we can get more if we get a chance to. Like so. Come on over here, little balloon.
Oh man, this job is too much fun! This little guy can really move!
Is that it? Just the one? I guess so. Alright. Oh, that is close. Alrighty. Next. Ah, that was free. Okay. Oh. They just showed up super late. That's why. Okay. There's our titanium bolt again. This away. Boom. 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 Suck cannon is really really nice. Yay. Bolts. Next. Pyro playground.
Hey, be sure to catch me next week at the Florana.
Yeah, we can just do this.
Oh yeah, that's entertainment, folks.
Oops.
Oh man, this job is too much.
And just make our way. I'm not sure why, but for some reason it gets kind of stuck when I'm trying to jump. It's weird. I think it's just more. I should fill it up too. So we'll go to the bit. There we go. Get this one level 3 to 5. We keep getting levels at this rate. Well, I didn't kill myself in the lava. That's always a good thing. I think I'm taking out 2 at a time. Hard to tell.
Ooh, he's got sharp teeth too. I wonder if he bites.
Oops. Oh well. 1 left. And done. 3,000 more bolts. And next, what do we have? Suicide Run.
Oh man, this job is too much.
Get rid of it. No point in keeping it.
Hey, be sure to catch me next
What do we got?
Demolition Derby.
This little thing. Be nice if we had the charge boots. That's what they're called, the charge boots.
This little guy.
Yeah, let's do the blaster. Get some XP for some of my other weapons. And 60. Get out of my face, camera. To the blaster. Goodbye, ninjas. Wait for it. This way. Does this get me close to the... not close enough to the bolt. Yay, we did it again.
How about that, folks?
Next. Robot Rampage.
Let's get ready to rampage.
Okay. Do the suck cannon again. That was a double. Too far away. Bye. Oh, that took a lot of killing. I guess I should be charging it up. I hate when they change that. Get some XP and out weapons.
Oh yeah, that's entertainment,
Sometimes it just doesn't want to shoot. Missed. I hate that. Ugh, that's the worst. Out of ammo. Oh, I hate that too. Yep. Just too fast for me.
Look at those beady little eyes. He's got that 1,000-yard stare.
Yay, level up. Second version. Ooh. Go to the outer ring, it'd be better. Yeah, I know. Hey, let's do the whip. We have the whip. A whip. Bullet travel time is more than move. Yeah. Oh. What's the yeah.
Could be championship material, folks.
I still had the Inferno going. Good to get the whippers to attack each other and the other people. Save you some ammo. I hate that it pulls you in towards them as well. Two more rounds? I forget. Ouch. Last round, yep. Goodbye. And done. Not clean, not good, but done. Alright. I don't have the Hydra, so I can't do that one. Yep. But we should have the bolts to do that now. Yes, we do have the bolts. We could buy that, or we could save up and get the Agents of Doom. 90 seconds of carnage.
This event is a time limit challenge.
Alright.
damage! Let's get it on!
Sometimes he just doesn't want to shoot. Not sure why.
Weatherman says, lightning storm's headed your way!
Hate that. Okay, cool. Yeah, long cooldown. And the time is pretty big. Yeah, this is true. Level up. I'll get this straight down. Of course, there we go. We did it. There can't be a bomb in there while it's blowing up, you think? Don't want to do that yet. Probably could, but don't want to. Beat even more gladiators before running out of time.
This event is a time limit challenge. Look at those pretty little eyes. He's got that 1,000-yard stare. Ever wonder what a ship
Upgrade.
looks like? Let's find out.
Yay, there's another upgrade.
This weapon upgrade features a lock-on mod. To lock...
Still wrong that time. Hey, Wombats! Don't look down! He could be championship material, folks!
What do we got next? Ooh, those. I'll take the ammo. Oh boy. Yep. Let's laugh.
Let's get it on! Whoa! This little sucker can really do some damage! Oh yeah! That's entertainment, folks!
Dang it. I missed the time. Oh well. I think we'll call it there though. That's 2 hours and 16 minutes is streaming. It's 3 p.m. my time, so it's what? 8 or 9 for you? I don't know. And then that would be 2100. I'm not exactly sure. 9, so it'd be 2100. So I'll definitely take a break, if anything. I might come back to it. I'll leave that to you if you want to come back to some more stream of something else or more of this. But definitely wanted to take a little break since, like I said, been streaming for over 2 hours straight. So I will thank you so very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Go to sleep now. All right. Have a happy sleep. Glad to have you here, my friend. Always good. and I'll see you all later.